Hello everyone, welcome to Go Global World as I usually say, but this is the event number one for the 2024 and this has been 36 events so far and we started in 2022. I'm really excited because we already had about 5,000 people participated and this year we're going to take it to a new level. Well, today we have another new panel of our amazing honored judges. I'm gonna present them in a second. We're gonna have a few rules and we're gonna jump right into it. Well, before we get started, I'm gonna say a few words about Go Global World so you know why we do this and why we exist. So what is Go Global World? Go Global World is a platform that connects investors to the right deal flow and connects startups with the right investors automatically so you don't waste time on relevant people. We want to help you find each other faster. Consider like LinkedIn for venture capital space, where LinkedIn would be thinking on your behalf and select only relevant people, and you take a final decision, and then you do whatever you need with that. Now, how it works, you have your own profile. You can apply for funding on investor page. As a startup, you have your own startup page, and you can share it with other investors. Then the magic starts when we know your criteria and their criteria and help connect only relevant people to relevant people. We independently verify each profile so you have peace of mind that you are connecting with quality audience that is relevant to you. Now, it is really powerful and when we say it, we mean it because we not only use the basic criteria like stage, vertical, something, we try to take into account more than that, your behavior, your information. And so the system is really focused on providing you only relevant network that you're looking for. And my team is ensuring that it's a real network. It's not just random code profiles or something, that's a real thing. So then you enjoy matchmaking. Our system is working precisely on deciding who's relevant to you, and you will have lists of relevant startups if you're an investor. And we are not only matching within the platform, we also match within your own email, your own LinkedIn, wherever. So for investors, consider this as a venture scout would be working with you, like maybe a venture associate that would be doing this manual work and pre-select startups for you. This is what our system does automatically. For startups, we are doing the same thing, automatically select investors that are relevant, exactly meet your criteria, so you're not wasting time on those investors who will never be interested in your project. That's it. So I will share the link about Go Global World here in the chat, and now we are starting GGW Sharks 36. Who are the judges today? We have Spencer Tiesse, Elena Gantvarg, Bill Reichert, Kateryna Kovalenko, and David Mandel. I will let the judges to present themselves in a few seconds, and we'll learn what's their criteria, what's their focus, and we'll jump right into presentations. But before that, the rules. The rules are super important to make this event efficient and probably help you succeed within this day. Please keep yourself muted all the time, except for investors, and please respect time. It's a 2 hours event maximum, and some investors will have to jump off right when the event stops. So who should pitch first? GGW members pitch first, then those who have filled their profile, so we know who you are and what is your company doing and what's your stage, so we can decide to let you pitch or not. And please email to us if you want to pitch, so then we can pre-select you even before the event. And the rest of the audience is an open mic, first come, first serve, and it's also decided right during the event by my team with the account Go Global World. Raise your hand to pitch. It's a 2-minute elevator pitch plus questions. In order for you to be selected, you have to have your first and last name in your Zoom profile and your company name. And only those who have video on will get a chance to pitch, because we want to make sure that's real people, we know who you are, and then we'll give you a chance to pitch. So it's in terms of criteria, it's only for startups with sales, evidence of IP, or scalable business model. So if you're not a startup business, please don't take someone's spot. I would really appreciate you would just give us startups to pitch. And if you would have questions to us, or if you don't get a chance to pitch this time, you will get this chance next time. Please email to me or my team at info@goglobal.world, and we'll make sure that you get a priority to pitch next event. We do this event twice a month. We always have a spot for you. So it's what is ideal elevator pitch? What we would expect. We want you to get to the point right away. So investors want to understand what you do. Keep it, explain why you're unique, and say a few words about your traction, about your sales, about your results. If you pitched before, you need to clarify what has significantly changed since you pitched last time, so we understand what's your progress. And remember, we have also investors in the chat. You always can impress other investors on our network. Please share your information. Please share your GGW profiles in the chat. Support each other. It's a networking event where founders support founders. And if somebody would be selling you something in the chat, please let us know. We will remove these people from the chat. Let's make this event a fun event. Please share this event on your social media. This is our tags, so you can tag us on LinkedIn as Go Global World, on Facebook, Twitter, and take a screenshot when you pitch or when others are pitching, and share it on social media. That would be fantastic, and this is how we create some buzz in the industry every time we do this event. This is our contacts. You can reach out to us, see our website if you would have any questions to me or my team. That's it on my end. I think this is the time when we introduce our judges. So I would start with ladies, and Elena Gantvarg, would you like to introduce yourself and say a few words about your fund and your thoughts?
Sure, absolutely. Nice to meet everybody. I'm with Flint Capital. We're an early stage fund based in Boston. We do seed rounds and Series A rounds. The check size for seed rounds is anywhere between a few $100,000 and $1 million. Check size for Series A is between $1 million and $5 million. We're generalists. There are a few areas that we're always looking at. Those include digital health, cybersecurity, fintech, enterprise software. But if we understand what the company is building and we see that there is like a market for it, we'll consider investing.
Perfect. Great to have you. Exciting. Kate from DEPO Ventures.
Thanks a lot, Daniil, for inviting everybody on the call. Super excited to hear the pitches. My name is Kate. I'm associate from DEPO Ventures. Unlike others here, we're based in Europe. We're investing all across Europe, but also in US and Canadian startups, pre-seed, seed stage. So we are the ones, the earliest stage possible. We're giving ticket sizes between 50 to 350K. And if you need anybody to discuss the very beginning of your business, we're the ones to go. We're a generalist fund, and we have great network in the region in terms of deep tech, financial services, and blockchain technologies.
Sounds fantastic. Exciting to have you from Europe, Czech Republic. Fantastic. David Mandel.
Hello, everyone. This is David Mandel with Emerging Ventures Capital. I'm based in Los Angeles. We invest in US and Canada-based seed stage tech startups that are using emerging technologies to solve business challenges. We're at the tail end of our Fund 2 and launching Fund 3.
Fantastic. Great to have you again, David. Spencer, would you go next?
Thanks, Dana. Yeah, so my name is Spencer. I'm with BU Venture Partners. We're a multi-stage generalist fund, offices in Hong Kong and San Francisco. We're kind of sector and vertical agnostic. What we look at is founders who are tackling big markets in innovative ways.
Fantastic. Exciting to have you with us. You're Reichert, you're opening the global GGW Sharks again. So super excited to have you.
Always a pleasure, Daniel. My name is Bill Reichert, and I'm a partner at Pegasus Tech Ventures. We're based here in Silicon Valley, but we have offices around the world. We're a $2 billion plus fund, but we invest across pretty much all stages from pre-seed to pre-IPO, pretty much all geographies and pretty much all sectors. So we're very, very broad, very, very deep. From pre-seed to we're investors in SpaceX and in 23andMe and Bitcoin, and I'm sorry, Coinbase, and a number of unicorns. as well as some, great, very early stage companies across IT communications, life science, material science, smart everything. So pleasure to be back. Happy New Year, everyone, and looking forward to today's pitches. And by the way, Kate, did I meet you in Prague with Alicia and Peter?
Definitely so. Yeah. At the conference, that's the one we're organizing. So we've met even back at the Startup World Cup Summit once, I think.
Okay. Love DEPO Ventures. Great to have you here.
Fantastic, super exciting. Thank you, Bill. Great presentation. Everyone, thank you for introducing yourself. Now, this is the time when we start our first speech, and the first presenter would be Gaurav Dudhoria. Gaurav, you ready?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Now, you got 2 minutes, and you may start now.
Great. Hey, everyone. I'm Gaurav. I'm the founder and CEO of Mammoth Analytics. So at Mammoth, our goal is to accelerate the pathway to insights. And we think of data as a journey. And at the end of the journey is what people look for, KPIs and pretty dashboards and some AI output. But in the beginning, for most companies, data is not in its best form. It's siloed, messy. And to go from raw data at its raw state all the way to insights is a lot of work. Most of the time is spent in data preparation and very little time on analysis and insights. About 80 to 90% of the time is spent in data prep. What we do at Mammoth is we reduce that data prep time down drastically, from 80 to 90% to about 5%. But more importantly, what we allow for is this ability for business users and just general decision makers to make faster and better decisions. In terms of traction, we launched in 2020. We have some amazing clients now. We have Starbucks, Bacardi, Mitsubishi Financial, Arla, Campari, and a couple more coming in the next couple of months. And we are year-over-year growth is 120%. We're solving an unsolved problem in a large market. It's a $22 billion market. And initially, we're focused on the consumer goods space and the financial services space where we already have some traction. And for this round, we are raising 3 million. And out of that, about 1 million is committed. And if you're interested, we'd love to engage and chat more.
Thank you. Right on time. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I mean, so we're investors in Tamer, if you know Tamer. When they're trying to, sort of connect heterogeneous databases. The other side of the world, or the core of the world, is sort of the ETL space. Creating data lakes from multiple heterogeneous. I'm trying to understand. So what is your unique approach that makes you faster, better, cheaper than all these other guys that sound like they're doing something similar?
You're right, Bill. They are doing something similar. The key difference is in the profile of who they target. So our empathy lies with the knowledge worker and the decision maker, and typically that profile is not technical. So if you look at that, the entire journey from collecting the data to storing it to the whole garbage in, garbage out concept, to doing discovery of even what garbage is, and then putting the data out. Each part of the journey, we have solved that for that non-technical user. Tamer, I've used Tamer, and I'm a technical founder, and it's designed for the Alteryxes of the world, the Tamers of the world. They're all designed for relatively technical people.
Okay, fair, but you can't get the marketing guys to query databases unless the database is already clean somehow. Is that, are you bypassing that? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand.
A simple example is Starbucks is one of our clients. This is specifically in EMEA. They get 1 billion rows of data from 17 different countries. And a simple example, the way mocha is spelled in Germany is different than Turkish lira, Swiss francs, and it's hundreds of such rules. these rules are best managed by the market. I wouldn't be, in this case, it's not marketers, it's category managers, but they're the non-technical profile. So we democratize access to those rules and the creation as well as the maintenance of those rules. So the cleaning is included. It's part of the journey within the Mammoth platform.
Okay, that implies some significant onboarding process that you need to do. Is that true?
There is onboarding, but it's significantly less time than onboarding from a technical standpoint. And essentially, what we do, let's just say Tamer or Alteryx, it sits more to a centralized sort of data ops, data engineering function. Ours sits in a decentralized departmental function. So there's no more back and forth with telling the engineering department, oh, by the way, Mocha needs to be spelled in certain ways, so we eliminate that whole back and forth.
Okay. Anybody else?
Anyone else have questions?
Yeah, I was just wondering about your traction. So how many customers do you have today, and what is the average deal size that you see?
So we only have 11 customers, so not and it's typically the average is about 45,000 per year. And but we've grown each of these accounts. Like Starbucks has grown, Arla has grown. The highest paying is 15K a month. And then we also we started off with this idea of democratization in small businesses, and it's sort of where the real big market is. But we just happen to get sort of caught in the enterprise world where there's this demand. And
I'm just curious. So when startup was choosing a solution, they probably evaluated other companies as well. So and
yes.
they chose you based on what, and what the KPIs there?
The time to insights. So basically, interestingly, we're not displacing the Tamers and the Alteryxes and the other sort of BI players. We're displacing Excel macro functions sitting in all these different departments because again, the knowledge workers, they don't want to learn Alteryx and Tamer. They will write some key code in Excel world. It's in all these cases we're replacing Excel.
Okay.
All right. The final question I have to the Sharks: are there anyone interested to connect with Gaurav? Is there any Sharks in or out?
I'll let you run a little longer, Gaurav, before maybe next year. I don't know. Okay.
That's good.
Gaurav, thank you so much. Please share your contact information and your GGW profile here in the chat, and we have more investors in the chat. Yeah, a great pitch. Thank you so much for your details.
Thank you, everyone.
The next presenter is Denis Kutilov. Denis, are you ready?
Yep. Hello.
Hello, Denis. Here you go. You got 2 minutes, and you may start now.
Okay, my name is Denis Kutilov, and I'm the founder of View-Through Video Startup. Our service helps find specific content and scenes in unsorted video files on user local and cloud storages to share them immediately or to use them right away in ongoing projects. And with our product, users can speed up the process of choosing content and implementing the content into their projects like 10 times. And we are targeting 60 million of video creators worldwide, and we can revolutionize the process of gathering and choosing materials for video creation. And we started this project as for our own video production like 2 years ago. And when we realized that it would be beneficial for the whole video creation industry, professionals, influencers, and even for regular people. Speaking about regular people, for example, if I ask you to show me a video of your kid riding a bike for the first time, how much time would it take to find it on your phone? So, and you can only imagine the scale of this challenge for professionals. We are planning to reach 2 million users in 5 years with annual subscription of $95, and which gives us an annual turnover of approximately 180 million. So that's our target. We expect break-even point on the second year of sales with 300,000 subscribers. And now we have only an online version of our service ready. It will work with Google Disks, and we're still tweaking it. And we plan to start sales in like end of January, the beginning of February. And now we are on pre-seed stage and seeking for $500 of investments. And we're planning to start developing of multi-platform applications, plugins for Photoshop, for Adobe Premiere, and to start marketing. That's it.
Oh, Denis, right on time. I just was about to say, like,
Maybe I would have a first question. Dennis, thank you for the presentation. How did you validate the idea with your target audience? Was there some validation process that you went through, and how did it look?
Yes, we only made some interviews, like maybe 50 of them with the participants of video production market, and we understood that this problem concerning to all of us. So of course the market already has such products, but they are rather huge, like data and management platforms and collaboration platforms, and this recognition part only takes like 10% of their services. So that kind of services are not available to like common professionals, because it's very expensive and very complicated.
All right. Are there more questions?
Yeah, so following up on Kate in terms of who is your ideal customer profile? I mean, is the assumption I'm a video creator of some sort and I've got 2 terabytes of video crap somewhere on my drive, and I'm trying, that's the point, that's the big idea?
That's the big idea, because we can find scenes and exact content which you can find, like a red car standing under the bridge, or man running from right to the left side of the screen. So, and you can find for them, search for them, and put right in that moment, put on your timeline. So that is the idea.
So
okay, so you're doing it, you're indexing all my video using, you've got a tool that's basically doing, image recognition throughout my videos, and
that's it.
That's what you're doing.
Okay.
Which, it makes a ton of sense. Go ahead.
Of course, we are based on image recognition and neural networks analyzations.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, what's the actual technology? What are you using as the underlying technology to power this? And are you licensing anything, or is it open source, or is it proprietary?
We're now using three neural networks from Google, from Microsoft, and free neural network from like some free neural networks. Sorry, can't remember the name. So we are planning to maybe start developing neural networks by ourselves, but it's not necessary right now, because you have a lot of already developed neural networks that you can upgrade and use.
Right. Thank you. The question to the Sharks is: anyone interested to connect? Are you guys in? Anyone would like to connect? Okay, Denis.
Yeah, I think I should take a look at this. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Dennis. Yeah, if you could. Yeah.
We will connect. Fantastic! Congratulations. We have one Shark interested to connect. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Denise, please share your GGW profile here in the chat, and we're moving on to the next presenter, which is Eleonora from Dress to Save. Eleonora, you here?
Yeah, hi everyone.
All right, so you got it. You may start. You got 2 minutes, so go for it.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Eleonora and I'm co-founder of Dress to Save, Lithuania-based startup, which has been recently featured as an impact startup at Web Summit and shortlisted for Startup Showcase on the stage among 2,600 startups in Lisbon this year. And let me share with you why we stand out. In the business world, global clothing market will hit $1.2 trillion by 2025, while 30% of each season clothes remain unworn, harming the environment. And despite numerous stylists, e-shops, Instagram, and social media platforms like Pinterest and so on, people still feel frustrating and faced with nothing to wear dilemma. Dress to Save is here to make a difference. We have introduced the power of AI and in-house machine learning, followed by the data to introduce in the market secure and innovative software as a service solution for fashion e-commerce to tackle e-commerce challenges like items discoverability, cart abandon rate, cart value, and customer experience, followed by supply chain issues. At the same time, we offer a truly personalized experience for customers, clients, and so that we propose a kind of win-win collaboration between the brands, consumers, and the planet. Because we offer, imagine a world while the user have an opportunity to blend the items they already own with an existing apparel from e-shops with just a click away. And then they can virtually try on, get the recommendations according to size and the skin color analysis within the seamless experience without uploading additional apps within the e-commerce platform. At the same time, in its turn, e-commerce platform get an access to customers' profile data, competitive brands, which the users have in their wardrobes, and just in general have an opportunity to transfer the data from customers to their supply chain. After 3 months of traction and participation in Web Summit, we recently just have started our activities.
Eleonora,
3 opportunities.
Sorry, you passed time. Please wrap this up.
Okay.
What would be your final statement you would like to add, because you already passed time?
We have 3 opportunities for enterprise clients and looking for an investor who can assist us, mentor, and help to scale up and develop the product.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm just, first of all, thank you for the presentation. I'm struggling to understand the value prop because you're offering something to the end customers, and then you take the data. I hope that with their permission, right? You take that data and then you share it with supply chain. Like, who are you selling to, and what is your main value prop there?
So our ICP is the fashion e-commerce. The brands, fashion brands, and the marketplaces which actually sell items or like clothes on their platforms. So our target audience is a fashion e-commerce, and how we stand out. We do not produce an app for end users. We provide an extension for fashion e-commerce that they set on their platform and provide a kind of chat for the users. And through the chat, end users can upload the items from their wardrobes and see how to blend their own items with the items from e-commerce platforms. Most of the solutions in the market provide an app which end user have to upload on their phone and get an advice from stylists how to do that, how to blend trousers with a skirt and so on and so forth. But we try to provide a solution for fashion brands and marketplaces, and so that attain new customers, decrease churn, first of all, and provide unique experience, if I answered on your question.
So, Basically, it's embedded, right? Whenever you sell it, they
Yeah.
embed it on their website or in their app.
Yes,
That's how it goes.
on the website. Mhm.
And did you, forgive me if I missed it, but where are you in terms of traction?
We haven't sell anything yet, but we have 3 opportunity point from enterprises and the positive feedback from Calvin Klein and Hugo Boss. Total opportunity amount $1.5 million.
Okay, thank you.
When you say opportunity, it means the top of the sales pipeline. Is that so? How do you convert them? How do you manage sales at the moment, and what's your plan for the next couple of quarters?
Okay. So first of all, we did a marketing campaign before the Web Summit. It took us a kind of month, but frankly speaking, a real cost dev happened at the Web Summit. We met the, we actually sent out, we got 14 leads during a Web Summit, and 9 came to the meeting with us for a demo. So basically, we have shown them the POC, how it works and how it can work on their platform. Afterwards, while everyone returned from the conference, we got another calls with the senior directors for custom demo to show how our solution works on their particular e-commerce platforms. So,
Okay.
yeah, enterprise.
Eleonora, thank you. Just asking a final question to the Sharks. Is there anyone interested to connect with Eleonora and to learn more about her company? Any Sharks in or out?
I'd be interested. I feel like it's super early. It's an extremely tough space. We happen to have an investment in a similar space, so I'd be happy to talk and maybe also put you through, and you could maybe that would be something useful.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, please share your GGW profile here in the chat, and we're moving on. And the next startup to present is Eric Bickford. Eric, are you there? You ready? Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You may start now.
Hi.
You got 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Eric Bickford, CEO, Mac Web Computing in Palo Alto. In a nutshell, we are an AI infrastructure company helping developers build, run, and scale their AI apps in the cloud. The cloud AI market is worth $50 billion right now and growing 32% annually. But there is an AI compute problem. Today, AI compute capacity with cloud service providers is expensive, if available at all. Need a high-end H100 NVIDIA GPU? Good luck with that. The industry needs more heterogeneous AI compute capacity to meet demand. Best ability is availability. MacWeb brings the world's first ultra cluster of ARM-based Apple Silicon Mac hardware used for AI acceleration to our cloud services. The data center is the computer. We are looking for $4 million in seed funding to accelerate our growth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear Sharks, what would you say?
Are you running a cloud, like a hardware-based cloud solution?
We currently have a bare metal cloud service.
Okay. And how much do you expect to spend on these M1, M2, M3 chips?
This field is very capital intensive. So we need to buy thousands of Apple Mac Mini and Mac Studio servers. And that's what we're doing right now on a small scale, of course. And we're trying to enter the AI compute space, which is expensive in terms of engineers, that kind of thing, and hence the significant seed funding required.
So how far do you think the 4 million is going to take you?
Right now, we have a projection for being cash flow positive within 2 years.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Boy, so you're, I mean, in terms of bang for buck, buying a Mac server compared to maybe an, Asus motherboard. I don't know. You think bang for buck, it's better to buy Mac servers and deploy them in a, data center than doing, motherboards from another, lower cost vendor. That's give me the economics of this compared to,
So we believe there's a de-risk approach here where you have major players like Amazon and Google and others that are investing literally billions of dollars in special purpose chips. And we're relying on the cash hoard and technical chops of Apple to de-risk the opportunity and deploy the compute for AI compute. What's not commonly understood is that most of the AI engineers are using Macs already. They already have an affinity for Macs in their development. And when you talk about AI compute, you're talking about NVIDIA, you're talking about AMD, etc. And for some reason, Apple is not mentioned in that conversation. So we think that's a mistake, and that's our differentiation, is leveraging our expertise in clustering Mac hardware in the cloud. And in terms of economics,
yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Just bang for buck. Give me the, you're saying, so what we'd like to hear is for the mid-tier AI deployment, we can deliver, whatever, some quantity of inference for 1/5 the price of AWS using NVIDIA, right? Or whatever it is, right? What's that? Quantify that for us.
So if you were to try and buy, let's say, the high-end H100 for $100,000, an equivalent high-end Mac Studio, for that amount of money, you'd get 14 Mac Studio high-end. And what's nice about the Mac platform is the amount of memory you get. Right now, we're expecting this year with the Apple M3 Mac Studio, we'll top out at 250 gigabytes of RAM. And it's unified memory, which is very, very important. And so, the big players, they'll probably stick with the Microsofts and the Amazons and so forth. But for the small and medium-sized businesses that are having smaller models, not the very large ones, but the smaller models, and as you know, inference is where we think the real opportunity is going to be. Most of the emphasis right now is in machine learning, but as billions of people get online, we think that inference, which is very RAM dependent, is where we're going to find our real niche.
All right, thank you. So, dear Sharks, who is in, who is out? Is it in?
Yeah, I need to take a look at this. I'm trying to. Yes, I'd love to learn more, Eric.
Fantastic. We'll connect you with Bill today or tomorrow. And if any other investors would be interested, we'll definitely connect you as well. Feel free to share your GGW profile and other information here in the chat. And thank you for a great presentation. We're moving on. And the next presenter is Heather Lower. Heather, are you there? You ready?
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much. Should I kick off?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Lauber, founder and CEO of CMO.ai, your startup's friendly, automated CMO. CMO's simple 5-step quiz creates beautiful custom brands based on your strategy and unique industry insights fueled by data from our partners at Crunchbase. With CMO, you get a custom wordmark logo, color scheme, and open source font suite, but we don't stop there. CMO instantly applies your new brand to our proven pitch decks in Google Slides, and very soon, a full suite of instantly branded marketing materials, including one-pagers, social media templates, and later this year, even website and app design systems. Best of all, everything we generate is fully WCAG and ADA compliant. I started CMO in 2021 with only a $5,000 investment and grew it to $100K in revenue during our pilot, where we tested our methods by helping minority founders raise over $20 million in majority angel and pre-seed rounds. We built our MVP with saved up revenue, a single investment from Techstars, and zero debt. We launched our beta shortly before the holidays and have already generated $30,000 in sales, outpacing our projections to reach 4 million in sales this year and profitability in June. We sell to individual founders and startup ecosystem partners like the University of Oregon, Techstars, Yale, and many others. In April, we'll be the official pitch partner for an upcoming startup fundraising platform from the largest startup law firm on the East Coast. I started my first edtech company at 13, growing it to a monthly readership of 75,000 people. I'm joined by my co-founder and CTO, Jake, who's a former AOL tech director with a 30-year career building enterprise software for multiple Fortune 500 companies. We're raising $750,000 to fuel the finalization of our Crunchbase algorithms and begin development of our AI pitch narrative generator. If you're an investor passionate about the future of AI and marketing tech, please reach out. And we're launching our free tier later today, so keep an eye out to try CMO.ai for yourself. Thank you so much.
All right, yeah, Sharks, do you have any questions?
So is this really a venture deal, or are you just marketing yourself? Is that what you're saying?
No. We are raising $750,000 right now to fuel, like I said, the Crunchbase algorithms and our AI pitch narrative generator. Because I really believe in the power of smart money and what investors can do to open up markets and add sales growth and all sorts of wonderful things. So no, we are definitely raising capital.
Okay.
We have over half committed, if that helps convince you.
Yeah. I mean, I get the idea, and the tools are getting better, and it seems as though you could build a nice agency firm here, and maybe, God bless, maybe someday you could be a $20 million company. I mean, that would be spectacular. So that's kind of the way. I mean, am I wrong, or is that?
Yes, because
I'm wrong.
It's an automated SaaS platform. It's not an agency. So it's proprietary algorithms where we generate brands and then automatically apply them. And we're working on a pitch narrative generator that helps founders to see how they can tell their stories in a variety of different ways. This isn't just shoehorning an LLM and like someone else's product into a niche. We're actually developing our own technology here. So no, it is not an agency.
All right.
Okay.
Are there any interested to connect with Heather?
Well, I will sell Heather, the right to train her AI on my book, Getting to Wow, and then of course, she can generate the perfect pitch. So that's up to Heather if she thinks, that my IP would be helpful to her. So.
Thank you. I'd love to talk about it.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So the next person to present is Nikolai Persianov from Kartami. Nikolai, you there? You ready?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Nikolai from Kartami. We were nominated by Visa Brand of the Year. Let's go. We all use different bank cards daily, but these cards only identify us as payers to the bank, not to the retailer. To get some rewards from loyalty programs, we need additional special loyalty cards, or using another way to identify us to get these bonuses. We have to carry a lot of cards around and show them to merchants to receive these bonuses. Our company has created a Kartami mobile application where the user registers once and receives a special code called Kartami ID. We integrate this ID and user data into a retail loyalty programs and a bank card at the same time. This elevates his bank card into a universal loyalty card. We do not change loyalty programs of retailers, but give Kartami users access to them using this ID. Now, our solutions benefits to banks, to retailers, to international payment systems like Visa, and of course to users. Now we are looking for investments to expand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dear Shark, do you have any questions?
Yeah. So I'm trying to understand who's the primary customer here and who's secondary. So your primary customer is the consumer who wants to aggregate all of their loyalty programs into one place. Is that so that I don't have to have 8 different apps for 8 different retailers? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. We help primary to users, to customers, not to have a lot of cards, just to use one ID in one app to get bonuses and any discounts in each big retailer, in cafe, in restaurant, etc.
Right. And then what's your relationship with the brands? So can you plug in my, Starbucks card without getting Starbucks permission? Or do you have to get Starbucks to convince, do you have to convince Starbucks to let you aggregate their, their loyalty stream?
Yeah, we make different types of integrations. It can be a small integration or it can be a deep integration with the Starbucks. And Starbucks integrate Carta Me ID into its database. That's why he can allow the customer when he comes to a Starbucks coffee shop, he can show a Starbucks card, or he can show a Carta Me ID, or he can show another way.
Okay, so you've got to get Starbucks to collaborate with you in order to integrate Starbucks. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's tough, right? So you got to sell both sides, right?
It's quite tough in first steps. When, for example, we integrate several retailers and restaurants, it's quite more easier to integrate others. Plus, we have strategic partnerships with local banks in countries, which also can help and helps in integration with some networks.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions do you guys have?
Maybe super quick, maybe I didn't catch it. What's the business model?
The business model is a retailer space for personal data of the customers, which helps them to make more personalized marketing campaigns. Banks pays for new customers, which orders a new bank co-branded product. International payment system, in our case, it's Visa, pays for bank cards and for payments using these co-branded cards. And of course, we have in-app ads, in-app ads. Yeah.
All right. Dear Sharks, is there anyone interested to connect with Nikolai from Carta.me? Anyone in? Okay. Nikolai, thank you so much. Great presentation. Please share your GGW profile, and we're moving on to the next presenter, which is Neil O'Neill. Neil, are you ready?
Hello, everybody. Good evening and good afternoon and happy New Year. And my name is Niall O'Neill. I'm the CEO and founder of My Duty Collect. We're a technology company headquartered in Dublin, Ireland. And our company works with national postal administrations, parcel carriers, logistics companies, merchants and marketplaces globally to assist them with cross-border customs and tax compliance. Our team is distributed across Ireland, the US, Africa, Canada, and Asia. We have essentially bootstrapped the business since 2021. And essentially, we help all actors within the supply chain with technology solutions to remove the friction from cross-border e-commerce. So you might be familiar with, in the US, the Stop Act, EU VAT and tax regulation. You've got Brexit, which has been on the news over the last couple of years. And essentially, globally, you've got a lot of regulation, which is increasing the complexity and costs associated with cross-border e-commerce. So there's kind of a perfect storm at the moment. You have this massive explosion in e-commerce, but in tandem with that, you also have this growing complexity and costs for all of those stakeholders. So our company builds technology solutions. We've been working directly with postal companies since 2016. And during this period, we've been working initially as a software solutions provider. And while we were working as a solutions provider, while peeling back the onion, we've essentially identified all of these gaps. Last year, we were very privileged and honored to be made a member of the Universal Postal Union. So the UPU represents, it's part of the United Nations, but it represents all 192 postal administrations globally. So the UPU is an unparalleled network in that all of those postal administrations, like the United States Postal Service, Canada Post, Royal Mail, throughout that combined network, they touch 90% of the world's population. We are now privileged to be part of a new initiative in partnership with the UPU. The other stakeholders are Maersk, the global shipping company, SF Express, who are the largest consolidator in China after China Post, Amazon, and some other technology providers to launch a free trade zone initiative for the continent of Africa. We also have a number of other stakeholders who want to replicate the model in Asia, in the Americas, and across other territories. And we're seeking funding to grow out our team and to scale our operations. We have existing revenues. We're generating revenue since 2021. As I said, we've more or less bootstrapped the business. We've got some state funding from the Irish Enterprise Ireland, who are the national state body responsible for supporting startups. And we're positioned to scale. And yeah, I'd look forward to hearing your questions and connecting with you.
Right on time. Thank you so much, dear Sharks. Do you have any questions?
Maybe I do have a clue what you're solving, but how does your product look like? What is it? Is this something they embed in their systems? Is this some other like environment? If you could just elaborate.
Yeah, so we've developed a number of AI machine learning APIs that those stacks. So those APIs can plug into. There's a few different approaches. So we've taken the approach, in order to be comprehensive, we need to be modular. So we have developed a combined stack of what's called HS classification, landed cost calculation, etc. So we aggregate all of the world's public and private data, essentially, in relation to cross-border trade agreements, associated duties and taxes country by country. We aggregate that, and we clean and prepare that data into an API stack. So when we receive data, either through a postal administration, so we're working with one of a Japanese-based technology business who works in the automation side of the business. And a simple scenario would be when the parcels are going through the sorter, their OCR captures the parcel information, the technical documents, and pulls off the information. It then speaks with our APIs. We clean, screen, and prepare the data, make sure the goods are accurately classified, because that's the foundational piece. Once we get that piece right, we can then identify the associated duties, taxes. Are the goods prohibited, restricted, etc.? Are there any conflicts within trade agreements, etc.? Or is it a standard or reduced rate of VAT, etc.? So that's a typical scenario. But we've also developed a platform-based solution. So what we've done is we've actually focused initially on the postal union, because it's a very targeted niche. So there's only 192 postal administrations, but they really master most of the volume. But the technology has what we'll call a waterfall effect. So by solving the problems at a really, really high level and at high volume, the solutions have to be scalable, robust, accurate, etc. But of course, those APIs now work with logistics carriers, with e-commerce merchants, with marketplaces. So now we've actually developed a platform to help those middle tier businesses. So the SMEs who are selling on Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, etc. And that's one of the reasons why we're seeking funding to scale out the business, so we can continue to market and grow that segment. I hope that answers it. It's also it's a transactional and SaaS-based solution as well. So we charge per API.
Are there more questions from the Sharks? Sorry.
Yeah, so sorry if I missed it, but you mentioned that you do have paying customers. So how many customers do you have today, and what are your reason?
Yeah, so we've over 100 customers across different segments, including e-commerce, a lot of well-known Main Street brands. With the postal project, we're working with a number of postal administrations, all very well-known, established, like top 5 global carriers. One of their clients it's the second largest parcel carrier in Asia. They're estimating somewhere in the region between 7 to 10 million transactions per day. So it's a massive project. Their key markets are across China and Asia. We're also working with other national postal administrations, with Post Morocco. Literally across the board, we're working with different postal operators. Not working with United States Postal Service yet, but quite a few others.
Great. And the final question to the Sharks. Bill, you have a question?
I'm assuming you're working with DHL. Is that what I heard when you said you're working with all the carriers? Is that what you mean?
So we have a very. I can share some really interesting information on that project. Bill, we are engaged. We're an official supplier to DHL as of December 2023. So we're working on a very interesting initiative with them at the moment in relation to their European audience, and that represents about 35,000 of their mid-tier clients.
Yeah, I mean, some of those guys have their own venture arms. I would assume that would be a natural target for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we're also engaged with Maersk. So we're engaged with Maersk, with Kuehne Nagel. There's a range of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we believe that down the line, maybe the company to acquire us might be one of those businesses if we look where we're going to be in a number of years. At the moment, we're just focused on growth and building out traction. You also have a lot of competitive forces by operating with one. Our neutrality at the moment is part of our strength, because it allows us to work with all of those clients. But if we work with Maersk, maybe Kuehne Nagel won't want to work with us.
And the final question we have to the Sharks today for Neil: is there anyone interested to connect with him? Anyone in or out?
I'd be curious to hear more and to see the pitch deck, Neil. So if you could put us through, that would be great.
Congratulations.
I would like to take a look as well, actually.
2 Sharks saying, okay, it's getting interesting. Anyone else? Okay, Neil, congrats. 2 Sharks. You have the most amount of Sharks today yet so far. And so please share your GGW profile and further information here in the chat. We have more investors in there. And good luck. Yeah, great project. Thank you for sharing. And we're moving on.
Thank you. It's a great solution. Great opportunity.
Thank you. But the next startup to present is Balaji Viswanathan, Mitra Robot. Sorry for pronouncing your name correctly.
No worries. Hi guys, thanks for giving me the opportunity. Good morning to you all. I'm Balaji Vishwanathan. I run the Mitra Robot. We are a SF-based company. My grandfather was in a senior living location and he died due to negligent care. He fell in the bathroom, nobody noticed for hours. And so that motivated me for my PhD. I did my PhD in computer science with a key thesis on human-robot interaction. How do we bring robots in a greater way to be able to reduce or even prevent many of the things that are problematic in the senior care? Globally, there is a massive shortage of caregivers, and the existing caregivers are extremely pressurized because the caregiver to senior ratio is extremely out of whack. So we bring an integrated approach. I've done 4 years of research in building the algorithms in a variety of aspects, including the computer vision algorithms, to be able to identify multiple emergencies, including depression and so on. And we have started putting these robots in multiple pilots. We have paid pilots going on in 5 states at this point. We raised 1.3 million and we did a 300K in revenues last year. And we are expecting to do 1.6 million in revenues this year. We are raising a 1 mil round. And this round is led by Balaji Srinivasan, popular angel. We are part of Alchemist and Mass Challenge accelerators. And we are looking to connect with investors who are passionate about solving this massive problem. It is extremely important both in a commercial sense as well as in a social sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Sharks. what would
What's your cost to make these units, and what's your long-term margins on it?
So we have about 32% margin on the hardware itself. We sell robot as a service. There is a hardware and there is a software services part. The hardware, we have about 32% margin. On the software services, we have about 60% margin.
So Balaji, I mean, there are so many startups chasing this category. Not all of them are using robots. A lot, there are numbers that are using sensors and other technologies to support elder care. Boy, I mean, it's so noisy. I gotta believe, sort of the cost of customer acquisition here, the time to convince a nursing home to take you on. Help me, convince me that this is an unbelievably painful sale.
So you're right. So any good market will have a lot of noise initially. So that's true. You have been through so many of these this thing, right? And the key thing is we are providing an integrated option. It's not just about like a piecemeal solution. So in the initial days when we went to sell fault detection and prevention technologies, the senior care centers were not interested. So we don't want like a piece of sensor, and we don't want something that requires a compliance from the senior. That's why we provide like Peloton kind of a model. This is a robot and as well as the remote nursing that we together provide. And we provide at a price point of about $370 a month, which is significantly value. So that's why we were able to close with 8 senior care centers so far, and we are now starting a pilot in NHS in UK too. Because it's a noisy market, but we are ahead in the curve because we provide this integrated package and getting good results from the pilots.
Okay. For you, and is there a social robot aspect to your robot? I mean, why do you need a physical robot? I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. So this is again part of my dissertation too. I covered we have published a lot of work on why robots are needed. The quick answer is we have tried it with purely software-based solutions, but it doesn't provide the interaction. So the seniors not just want something to monitor, but also want the conversation, interaction, and the whole protocol following. For instance, when somebody is depressed, you not just have to detect it, but also start the interaction and engagement. That's why we don't see it as a device player. We see it as a care provider.
Yeah. So there is a social as well as a medical/nursing component in that sense.
Absolutely. We are a for-profit company, but with a social angle to it.
No, I mean, okay, a social robot is what I meant. Whatever, the Sony dog, I don't know, whatever. So, but okay. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I think I get it. Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions to Balaji? Okay. Is there anyone interested to connect with Mitra Robot team?
I might want to learn more.
All right. Congrats. There's one shark in. Congrats. Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Balaji. Please share your GGW profile and connect with others in here and support other founders. Thank you for your presentation. Great project. Dear everyone, we already reached the middle of this event, so super exciting, and we're moving on. And the next one to present is Nicole Paolozzi. Nicole, are you there? You ready?
I'm here. Yes. Thank you very much. Can you guys hear me? See me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. I'd like to meet the robot guy. We actually provide real people in people's homes today, and robots or some integration with robots will be the future. So OnDCare is the future of in-home care. That we have a matching and bidding system. It's a marketplace built around the needs of the professional caregivers. People are talking about the glut in caregivers. Ondicare is growing exponentially because we have solved what supply needs to actually effectively provide the care that everybody else needs. We are the marriage of the premium Uber and an intelligent eBay by focusing on the growing needs of flexible in-home care. Our app enables the booking of a great caregiver at an agreed rate within minutes, and it ushers reliable care fulfillment. We don't just stop after a match. We ensure care is fulfilled, and we manage repeat bookings. Our traction, we have had almost $2 million of spend on Ondicare direct to consumer. To date, 2023, we achieved 2 times the revenue year-over-year growth while decreasing our monthly burn by 22.5%, which is about $12,000 versus 2022. To give you a little idea about the traction in the B2B space, our current B2B clients are on freemium plans, but this year they're going to start paying for SaaS fees. Our current B2B clients include hospital systems like university hospitals in the Cleveland area and the Cleveland Clinic. Future reoccurring revenue opportunities include more hospital systems, payers in the Medicare Advantage space, as well as governments like the New York State and Maryland, both states that I'm speaking with at the moment. The care economy is noisy, as Bill might say, but it's greater than $600 billion. And Ondicare's serviceable available market is more than $85 billion and growing. Today, they say 73% of employees are juggling care of family with work. In less than 10 years, our entire...
Nicole, sorry, your past time. What would be your final statement you would like investors to hear? Sorry.
Sure. My final statement is we're raising $1 million on a convertible note with a $5 million cap and a pre-money valuation of 6.6 because we've raised 1.5.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, dear investors, what would you ask Nicole?
So
Nicole,
Nicole, thank you for, or sorry, like Bill, you will, thank you for the presentation. So you have this app like Caregivers on Demand, more or less, right? And what is your sustainable competitive mode here? And another question is like, I don't know, when I was taking care of my grandmother, I always preferred the same person, you know, to be in contact with. So
yep. So
yeah,
two things. The sustainable competitive mode is the fact that we built our app and our matching algorithm and our communication systems based around the needs of supply. Caregivers bid jobs that make it worth their while. They can bid a rate different for different job, and clients create favorites, and we have favorite care teams that they can send opportunities out to, and it's eliminating all the back and forth and all the heartache and headache of managing your care team. That moat can be sustained or deepened with AI. Both our communication systems can be improved with machine learning, as well as our matching algorithm. We have millions of data points already, that proprietary data that we will build AI models from.
Yeah. So Nicole, I mean, nobody doubts that this is a big bad problem, right? And as you know, I mean, there are a whole bunch of players in this on sort of both sides of the reimbursement threshold. Which side of the reimbursement threshold are you playing on, by the way?
Right now, we're private pay, direct to consumer. We're eliminating the costly middleman, the traditional home care agency, by elevating the pay of the professional caregiver, giving them control of when they work, who they work for, as well as giving control to the clients, the actual families. And our families are spending more and more year over year. We ended last year with them spending more than $5,900 a year. And our model right now is the take.
Okay, compared to, I get it. So I want a direct comparison though in terms of the competition. You say you're cheaper than the competition, basically. I mean, so all the other matchmakers, agency, players out there, give me apples to apples.
So apples to apples, we're 2/3 the cost of traditional home care agencies, and we are making 5 to 10 times more of the traditional do-it-yourself subscription models. We actually ensure that care is fulfilled, and our systems ensure that they buy again and again. With Care.com, the giant in the do-it-yourself world, it's a job board, and they don't know who buys. They don't know when they're happy. They don't know how much they need care. So all the work is left on the end users, where we take that work off and we're capitalizing on that.
Okay, so you're fitting in between the agency and the job board. That's kind of on the private pay side.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, are you going to go over to the reimbursement side, or is that a thought, or what?
Yes, we built a payer program with Summa Health. Summa Health owns Summa Care, which is a regional Medicare Advantage plan. And we fit right neatly between PAPA, which only provides companion care, and the homebound care services that are on, historically on plans like that, because of our flexible nature. Summa Care and Care, we think we can certainly improve hospital discharge, readmission rates, etc. And that's actually going to be a study that we're doing with NIA as well, to prove that access to flexible quality care like Care will reduce hospital admissions, and then the payer world will open up for us significantly.
Okay, so I'd love to follow up and find out more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, one shark is in. What about the rest of the sharks? Do you guys have any questions? Are you interested to connect? Okay, thank you, Nicole, for your
Thank you, Bill. And I'll give you this. I have my LinkedIn profile. I'm trying to collect my profile on the global world, and it just says, it seems like dashboard.
We will help you with that. Thank you.
All right.
Great presentation, and good luck with your project. So the next presenter is Geoff. Geoff, are you ready? Hello, Geoff. Jeffrey. Okay.
Hello,
please.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So
okay,
you got 2 minutes, and you may start now.
Okay, perfect. So think about all the smartphones sitting unused in drawers. That's actually billions of dollars just waiting to be used. And we found a way to tap into this huge potential. Actually, we've cracked the model. Our software makes it super easy to bring these phones back into the market. We help telecom companies run better trading programs, streamlining their process and solving big problems in how these phones are collected and reused. Our success in Belgium, with a traction of 700K euros last year and very limited resources in a small market, shows this is a winning idea. And we are ready to go global now. We are looking for a Series A of 10 million for 20% to grow into 5 new territories, including the US. This represents a market which is 50 times bigger than our current market. We are about to transform the smartphone industry by making trade-ins more efficient and therefore injecting billions of dollars back into the economy. So let's make it happen, and will you join us? Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Could you please turn on your video, because we want to see your face?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it working?
It is working. We can see you. Yeah, and please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Please stay in a fixed position because you're moving. Yes, Sharks, do you have any questions?
Maybe I would have. Hi, thanks for the pitch. Could you briefly list the core products or the core features that you offer to your clients, and then who's the core ICP? Because I think it was breaking up a bit in the beginning. I'm not sure we got it.
Okay, actually, the challenge is that, I mean, you have billions of smartphones sleeping in drawers because of the inefficiencies of the solutions to collect them. It's providing currently like poor user experience, And the telcos, for example, with the trading program, they have a lot of problems like collecting. For example, they collect a lot of funds which are still locked on iCloud or Google account, and we are solving this issue, meaning that they have to come back to the customer to talk to them, to spend money with after sales, etc. They don't want that, right? So we are just solving those solutions thanks to our technology. I mean, it's a software platform which is can be used as a white label solution by telcos. For example, I mean, we are providing a solution to retailers as well. Just explaining, I mean, just as any other company, they want to show the world that they're doing something positive for environment and society. And we provide them with a solution as well, which can, I mean, so they can reach their customer and they say, okay, through this app, you can actually resell your phone, get a voucher, which is valid in our store, which is 20% more value than the cash payment. Even me, I mean, I would do it. I mean, to buy food, I need to buy food in any case, right? And we provide solutions as well to corporations, I mean, to large corporations, so they can streamline costs. So that's what our technology can do.
All right, so you're basically an embedded service for the circular, or like for the sort of circular economy, or like more of like sustainable the devices.
Yeah, that's exactly that's right.
All right, okay. What is the competitive landscape at the moment? Because I've seen retailers here in CE do similar things, but they probably have something proprietary built. So how do you perceive that?
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, if you take the US, I mean, you see Eco ATM, for example, that's one of the main competitors. But I mean, people have to move to a mall where they can find an ATM, then have to stick like that for 15 minutes, and then they receive the value, etc., etc. So we do that from the comfort of our home. We ensure this connection of the account, etc. So we provide a much better solution, which is much more scalable. Let's say tomorrow I meet Walmart. We can definitely like expand in the whole country within the next 2 months. It's highly scalable. It's integrated with UPS, FedEx, anything. So that's the thing. Yeah.
All right.
Do you get it? I'm not sure.
I wanted. I actually was to drop you a message, Geoffrey. It's actually there are some issues with your sound. I think it's wobbling a bit. I did understand. You could see Bill almost crying there. You know. Yes, that's why I sort of repeated. Yeah, I got this. And actually, I would even love to take a look at that, even though you're not in the sweet spot. But I might have several companies that can have synergies with your business, and yeah, Bill might want to take a look at that because he didn't understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Kate, if you figure it out, let me know. Okay.
Okay. I'll make an interim analyst for Pegasus on this one.
Okay.
All right. So one shark is in. Is there anyone else interested to ask any questions to Geoffrey or interested to connect? Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation. Great product.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
But yeah, great job. And please share your information here in the chat. We have more investors in the chat.
Thank you. Great. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. And the next presenter is Alexey Vorobey. Alexey, are you there? You ready?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Yeah, because these AirPods are startup killers. So, hello, my name is Alexey Vorobey, co-founder at AI Stats, and we are doing an app that empowers soccer fans with advanced predictive analytics. Me and my co-founder Eugene are big soccer fans, and we are casual bettors. And while analyzing soccer stats, we realized that current metrics are almost useless and don't say anything about the current team power and doesn't bring any value in terms of betting. So we decided to create a special metric that reflects the reality better. And we name it RTP, real-time power, and it accumulates more than 50 metrics and calculated in real time. So this metric already outperforms bookies' expectations by 11%, per bet in minor and medium-sized leagues. So we packed that algorithm into the B2C app and released it 2 months ago. And it works on the basis of freemium model with subscriptions. And we already got some traction with 50K installs, 13K monthly active users, and 4.2K MRR with 2.5 LTV to CAC ratio. And our best markets are the biggest like EU countries like France, Germany, and UK, which is not the EU. So we are working on the cross section of soccer and sports book markets that are growing by 10% yearly. So it's like pretty big opportunity. And we are raising 400K for the pre-seed round via Safe, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Sharks. Any questions to Alexey?
So can you just once more maybe tell me who is your ICP, and both in terms of who are the users and who are paying for this? So you said you already have 50K with registrations, so on and so forth. So if you could just walk me through the funnel.
Yeah, like we have two types of customers. First type is like just regular soccer fans who just love soccer stats and they need live score functionality, because like we provide soccer stats from soccer matches from 2,200 leagues live. And the second cohort for us is like professionals or semi-professional bettors who just need advanced stats to make bets casually or on the regular basis. But mostly, I would say that our paying customers, it is highly likely that most of them are bettors at the moment. But we understand that like this vertical is not like eternal. We are planning to expand to other verticals and to try to expand to B2B markets and provide with our advanced stats like various mass media, broadcasters, and etc. etc.
That's the thing. Where do you see the money in this market?
So the market is pretty huge. Like there are millions of people who bet regularly, and like we have some startups like BetQL who has already raised pretty nice amount of cash and already been exited, like for, as far as I remember, like $15 million. So I mean, yeah, the market is pretty good and it's growing because like millions of people are losing money on betting just yearly. Like more than 300 million people bet. So yeah, there is the market, definitely.
They bet, are they ready? What's the willingness to pay for an additional,
So obviously, it's like quite hard to quantify how many people are ready to pay for like advanced analytics, but we have some benchmarks like websites like 4Bet, which has like 10 million people of monthly active visitors. So basically, that's the amount of people who are really interested in advanced stats for betting. And it's just only one vertical in only one kind of sport, in football. Oh, soccer, I mean. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other?
Yes, since you measure like active users on your platform, what is the retention, like let's say 3 months retention?
We just we released like 2 months ago. That's why we still don't have like 3 months retention. But for our paying, it's for paying customers, it is about 29% at the moment. After 30 days, I don't remember for 60 days exactly, but for the last 30 days, it's like 21%.
So, how do you plan to increase these numbers?
So we have like pretty good upside because we just released, but our app right now is not perfect and we have lots of things to improve. We are planning to add more stats and we have actually in our backlog more than 120 features to do it. And we are also planning to add different kind of sports and to add more metrics to bring more value and improve customer experience. Our like core thing, our vision is to become not just like smart stats provider, but we want to become like some sort of a smart, you may call it AI copilot for sports fans and bettors. So if they want to get like smart insights about some leagues or matches of specific players, so that's the target that we are trying to achieve. So yeah, we have pretty good, like a lot of things to do to improve the retention, which is still quite nice for the start.
Right. I was just curious. So those people who pay today, they're bettors, I assume, right? So they want to use this information. And why? Yeah. So why would they stop using your app like after 30 or 60 days, if assuming that your analytics like really helps them to make better bets?
Yeah, that's a good question. Obviously, we didn't invent any I would say like magic wand. our algorithm does not allow you to win in 100% of bets. Actually, we just tracked it publicly in our Blogger Bet profile. The accuracy of our algorithm and the win rate is 60%, which is above average in the industry. But it happens if only you just bet constantly, because like it's it's a like very basic math. You should like do it like constantly on a regular basis and like pretty good amount of times, like 100 times or like at least 50, I would say. If people bet 2-3 times and if they are not successful or successful only once, they may say, I don't believe in it, and just go away. So that's why we believe that that's the main reason why they churn, because like for some of them, it doesn't help, but for some of them, it helps.
Thank you. Thank you. So the final question for this startup is: any of the investors interested to connect with Alexei? Anyone, any shark in or out?
Yeah, that'd be great. Some guys in the Bay Area you should talk to. So happy to make an intro there.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Awesome. So we have one shark in. Congratulations. That's Spencer. We'll connect you after the event there tomorrow. Please share your GGW profile and your contacts, and we're moving on to the next startup, which is Nikki Hawkes, Stratify. Nikki, you there? You ready?
Hi guys. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Let me locate you just a second.
Excellent.
On you. You got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Wonderful. Hi guys, I'm Nikki. I'm the head of growth at Stratify. And the best way for me to start is by taking you through my personal journey to investing. So, like many people, I started off by investing in funds, but I became worried about whether my money was going towards companies that were aligned with my values, for example, from an environmental or a social standpoint. So what I did was I started picking stocks myself, and this was great at first, but I slowly became paralyzed with the amount of information available to me and all the work I had to put in order to manage my portfolio. But I knew that I wouldn't have had to go through this if I'd been able to afford a traditional wealth manager. So Stratify is our solution to helping people build truly personalized investment strategies in an affordable way. We have an investment app that can be accessed by individual investors, as well as an API that we offer to banks and wealth managers for them to enhance their features, drive engagement, and reduce operation costs. So what makes us different to other players in the market is we allow personalization with the ability to fully automate your actions. And importantly, we give users full transparency of how their money is working. We're powered by AI, which improves our algorithmic investing processes. And in terms of traction so far, our business is funded by our patrons and our users. We've done 2 successful crowdfunding campaigns, which have been oversubscribed by over 200%. And we've just been granted FCA authorization in principle in the UK, which is a huge milestone for us, puts us in a really UK unique position in the market to be able to offer the service. So before even implementing trading into our app, we have over 1,500 downloads for our current product, which is essentially just a showcase of what we're capable of. And we have agreements with 5 different companies to implement our API with an expected revenue of 250,000 by the end of the year. We're raising to meet FCA requirements. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions to Nikki?
So you're intending to be, not just a robo advisor, you want to be a robo trader, or are you intending to be sort of Stratify inside for brokers? I wasn't quite sure what I heard there.
So we are an investment app, which is for everyday users, and part of that is a robo advisory style service, but we can only sell that in the UK. So outside of the constraints of our FCA license, our API is available globally. So say, for example, you're a wealth manager in the US or in a Scandinavian country, we can offer that to you for you to be able to implement those services as a B2B to C product.
Okay. And so as a wealth manager, I can put my brand on your white label app and tell my customers, hey, if you want to play around in terms
Yeah,
of picking
absolutely.
stock?
And the app kind of works as a good showcase for B2B marketing. So if you're a wealth manager and you have a completely different customer base to what we serve, which might be more active investors, you can use that it's a good demonstration and kind of reduces our marketing costs in the interim, but you can white label it or you can embed it into your current technology stack.
Okay, and then how would as a wealth manager, I would pay you a subscription. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a SaaS model based on usage for wealth managers, and the app is a freemium subscription-based model for advanced features, as well as taking a cut on assets under administration in the UK under our license.
Okay, and then in the UK, at least, are you intending to go straight to individuals, or
in the UK we go
strictly
straight to individuals, and the partnerships will be a lot more strategic with companies that don't have the same customer profile as us.
Okay, and I'm so sad you are invisible on this panel.
I'm not sure what to do about this, and I'm very sorry about it too. But yeah, apologies.
Yeah, technology is not perfect, but yeah, at least we can hear you. Are there any sharks interested to ask any question to Nikki? Okay, anyone interested to connect with Nikki? Okay.
I'd love to hear how it goes. I want to again, I don't want to get your hopes up, but I'd like to hear how things progress as you evolve. Is that reasonable?
Great. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Fantastic. One shark is in. We'll connect you with Bill after the event later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please share your contact details and your GGW profile here in the chats. And the next person to present is Zoom Stocks. Not sure my team put this way. Zoom Stocks. Okay. Then the next person to present is Tom Naramore from D3 Sports Tech. Tom?
Hello, everyone. Can you see me and hear me?
Yeah, we can hear and see you.
Excellent. Hey, thanks. Thank you for the opportunity. Tom Naramore, founder and CEO of D3 Sports Tech. In 2018, started as a B2C company. I am an avid and unfortunately addicted golfer. And to many of my friends, we wager as well against each other. Started the company called $, which stands for $1 on the front, $1 on the back, and $1 overall. It's an ass-off bet, right? So I'm a couple decade old software solutions provider. Hung my first shingle in 2003. And so came up with an idea that we wanted to settle wagers between golfers through a mobile app back in 2018. There are lots of companies that do that today. What came out of that in our 3 years of research was I built a very unique patent pending now digital wallet that is approved to settle a wager with Visa and MasterCard approval in over 100 countries now. We switched the company from a B2C to a B2B. Our wallet is unique. We are now licensing this wallet via API through a platform as a service solution hosted on AWS. We have 4 current customers that are integrating right now. These are enterprise customers representing over 500,000 end users across the US and Canada right now. Going to be meeting with 6 other enterprise customers representing over 30 million active customers here at the end of the month. One of our initial partners is looking to open up in South Korea. They are a golf simulator company. So who are our customers? Our customers are any company that is doing a contest, a league, or a competition online. Sport agnostic. One of the huge opportunities is trivia. So I'll stop there. The market is enormous. We are in revenue and growing. So we're looking to gain some funding to help us get to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear Sharks, any questions for me?
Sure. I'm curious, have you done anything around fantasy sports?
Stayed away from fantasy sports. I am approved to settle what's called a third-party wager. You and I betting on a team or something else. Where we're cutting our teeth and where the new frontier is the micro peer-to-peer betting, right? You and I throwing $1 in a dart game, something like that, right? So that's where we're really headed.
I'm curious, like, was there any specific reasoning behind that? Just because from my point of view, I mean, me and my friends will put $1 down on the next play of a football game, spend $5 over the course of a whole night, but I don't see a huge problem there. Like for us, what I see is like the fantasy sports gets really complicated. So I'm curious, like, why go after this kind of small dollar amount?
So it's the Wrigley gum sort of scenario, right? It's $1 wager, but billions of them a year, right? Right now, the market just in 2022 was 15 billion in social wagering, the peer-to-peer market, right? It's the new frontier. The sports betting market, as you know, fantasy sports is owned by 2 companies, right? They've got 90% of the market share. So didn't want to go there.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, so again, I got Venmo, I got Zelle. I mean, how hard is this to solve? I mean,
so Venmo and Zelle are shutting off 10,000 users a day. It is not legal to settle a wager on their platform. The only sports betting that they are now involved in, PayPal included, is with 4 sports betting companies, and they only allow the customer to load funds. All the settlement happens in the digital wallet, right? So what we've solved is the barrier to entry to get a digital wallet. It's over $1 million and 18 to 20 months, 24 months to actually build and go for launch your own digital wallet. If you want to acquire one, or I should say license another one, nobody else but D3 Sports Tech offers a white label single sign-on experience. Skrill, PaySafe, the biggies in the market, you have to sign up for something else and hook it to your betting app. We've solved that entire problem.
Yeah. Okay. But seriously, I mean, if Spencer and I bet on a football game, he can't use Venmo to pay me when I win.
No, you will get shut off. They're doing about 10,000 shutoffs a day right now. They got how shall I say, contacted by one of those 3-letter agencies to stop doing what they're doing and to better police it.
Okay, that makes it interesting, I guess.
Yeah, see Visa, it all has to do with the relationship with Visa, MasterCard, and your credit card processors.
Yeah, but okay. All right. So I guess I need to understand this. So if I can get your deck, your non-confidential deck, I need to run this past my fintech guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Bill.
One shark is in
Okay.
connect after the event. What about the rest of the sharks?
Yeah, I'll definitely learn more and put you in touch with the same people as the last betting kind of play. So.
I would take a look as well.
3 sharks.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Spencer.
Now it's getting even more interesting. So are we getting here a jackpot or not? So 2 sharks left. What about Elena and Kate? Are you guys interested to connect?
Kate and Elena, just to wet your whistle, we've been in talks with NBC Sports for the last 2.5 years. I'm meeting with them at the end of the month. We've gone through their security profile, the last step of becoming a preferred vendor of NBC Sports. They have 30 million active customers across 5 different apps that our wallet service can serve.
Thank you.
Tom, I'm taking my hat off, but unfortunately a bit off the spot. Don't take it as an indicator of the quality of the project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Great presentation and great passion. Please share your details. Please share your GGW profile here in the chat. And the next person is Silton Collymore from Circe AI. Silton, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Hello, everyone.
All right. Let me see. I don't see you. Just a second.
I think you could see. Am I there?
One moment. Now I see you. Okay. Here you go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Silton Collymore. I'm the CEO and founder of Circe.ai. Hyperscale cloud companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google spend over $100 billion a year building or leasing data centers in the United States and worldwide. Each new data center requires permits to site, zone, prepare land, and to connect power, water, internet, and other utilities in order to have a successful project. And we think that there's a better way to data center. Cersei is a virtual data center company that uses AI to manage, optimize, and secure disparate processing sites for delivery of processing to hyperscalers, researchers, and startups. Cersei identifies universities that are historically underfunded, but are physical plant and human capital rich. Universities such as HBCUs that have thousands of acres of land, 100 plus years of legacy engineering history, and a willingness to undergo capital improvements that are necessary not only to offer processing power to hyperscale buyers, but also to improve the resources that they can offer to their student and alumni STEM populations. We're currently in diligence with TEDCO. TEDCO is Maryland's Technology Development Corporation for a $1.5 million investment. We've been talking with AWS, who is interested both in our AI management platform, which is natural language process. So you're not trying to go to AWS and pick how many cores you want, how much memory you need, and nobody knows that. So they really like the AI management component, as well as the delivery of processing resources as a supplemental cloud or supplemental data center offering to them. And we also have been engaged with NVIDIA. We were invited into NVIDIA's Inception program that would allow us to get discounts and offers on their hardware and also utilize their management stack within our processing environment. This would allow us to have a heterogeneous operating model so that different universities could optimize and normalize on a stack that may be Microsoft oriented. They have their own hardware, the Cobalt and Maya.
Your past time, would you have your final statement?
I'll wrap up. So we're a small team of 6. We have 3 engineers, 2 which are AI and ML out of MIT and University of Texas, as well as our 3rd major engineer has built over 40% of the data centers for the United States government throughout the world.
Thank you.
As well as points of presence.
Thank you. Yeah, Sharks, do you have any questions?
So your claim to fame is that you can find cheaper land and buildings in which to deploy a data center. Is that what I heard? And then
it's that there's already existing infrastructure. Think brownfields, right? Yeah. But the brownfields are at universities that are typically underfunded and underutilized. And so they have infrastructure that's available so that when they're doing a $1 billion implementation, Microsoft, they're building a $1 billion thing in Northland, Michigan. They have to go and they have to do all this connectivity and connection and management, right? Whereas you have universities, there's 107 HBCUs. And these universities have hundreds to thousands of acres and lots of physical plant, including municipal heating and cooling and so on and so forth. So building in conjunction with these universities allows them to lower the cost of entry. They don't have to do as much zoning and operating. There are tax-oriented bonds, as well as having an inbuilt engineering staff where now they don't have to hire grads, right? The grads are actually working in their stack. So it creates an economy and an ecosystem of users, kind of like what Apple did when Apple went to K through 12 and got everybody using Macs. So when you come out, you want to use a Mac, right? It's the same thing.
Okay, almost. Okay, okay, right. No, I mean, I love it. I mean, it feels like it's going to be a little bit painful, in terms of scaling, kind of, college by college, data center by data center, partner by partner. I mean,
yes, right. So I like where you're going with that. And so my job as CEO is to shortcut that, right? And how do I shortcut that? not really business development because universities are providing supply, right? They're not supplying demand. Demand comes through the hyperscalers and through researchers and so on. The supply, we're anchoring on HBCUs as a beachhead. Why? I'm a son of an HBCU. And 3 of our members that are within our team also went to multiple HBCUs. Our main marketing manager actually has been the national executive director for the National Center for Entrepreneurship that corrals all 107 HBCUs under a single banner. So we have direct line by virtue of our personal experience, our personal relationships, as well as professional relationships across the board for HBCUs. But there's more. In Maryland, because we're working with TEDCO, Maryland has 4 HBCUs that are embedded in the state: Coppin State, Morgan State, Bowie State, and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. So we have direct access into those universities who are very interested in participating in a program like that, that enables them to increase the value of their property as well as generate revenue and do training and services.
And by the way, do HBCUs get, sort of discounted wholesale electricity? Is that part of the value prop here?
Yeah. So most of them are land grant universities that were founded after slavery, right? So they have this, they have massive access to lower cost services in the locations that they operate in, as well as having lots of land. So they have serviceable area that can lower the cost of entry to building a data center.
Okay. See, I mean, sounds really clever. It sounds like a property development play rather than a venture capital play. But there are some VCs that do property development type investments. I don't know.
So when we look at the AI boom of the last year, I'll just give you just some really quick statistics. So 70% of all data centers are actually leased. 32% of data centers that Amazon uses are leased, 23% Microsoft, and 15%. So they're looking for partners to provide data center compute and processing. And they're going all greenfield, right? They got to go dig up the thing. They got to go and get the local community to say, yeah, we want you in our backyard. Whereas we have identified 107 organizations that absolutely would want and welcome this investment in their locations. So this is a way to go. Also, just so you know, I've been doing this for a long time, but I just learned this: 90% of the revenue for AI does not go to foundational models or to apps. 90% of the revenue generated by AI goes to infrastructure firms. So it's absolutely a venture capital play. It's remarkable.
Yeah. I'm just, I want to say it's like Epicor or something. Who's the Drat? No, there is a company that is one of the main sort of data center
CoreWeave.
Pardon?
There's a company, CoreWeave. There's Base 10. You've heard of Terramark. So Terramark, is it right?
Guys, yeah, some of these guys have a venture arm, and I mean that would be the obvious partnership I would go for, right? I mean, I assume you're already talking to all of them, right?
We're talking to a lot of different people, but I wanted to get on GGW and talk to others who are interested in this.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, I think it's very, very clever. I mean, and I don't mean that. I mean, I think it's a really good idea. There's a nice win-win-win. And so I gotta believe the guys that are in the data center business, they should be all over you. I mean, so
we just came out of stealth. I mean, I've been building the team, building the technical optimization security components with these AI models. They're natural language for external use, but they're pretty heavy duty internally. And what they do is it allows us to be the virtual data center manager, right? So we don't have to be property owners. The property owners are the universities. The off-takers are the hyperscalers and the researchers. And we just manage the network in between. And we also help them find their financing and, go through that entire process. So when we looked at the CoreWeave model, and you all can look them up, in the last 13 months, they've raised $1.2 billion in equity, and they've raised $2.3 billion in debt financing. But a data center costs $1 billion. So that's just
right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So to do that, right? We don't have to do as much, and the investment goes to the university, and then it gets netted out there. So
thank you very much. Are there more questions from the show?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Spencer, did you have a question?
No, I was just going to offer to get connected. Our fund has a real estate private equity arm. I don't know anything about it, but I know that they do a lot of work in data centers. So let's talk.
Thank you, Spencer. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Are there more sharks interested to connect with Soldan?
Come on, Bill. You know you're excited. Let's go.
No, I love it. I can't see where it fits for us, but you know, I'm confident you're going to be wildly successful.
Thank you guys. Thank you all.
Thank you. Great presentation. Love your passion, and good luck with your project. Great thing. All right. So seems like we are. This is the time when we wrap up. I see we have a lot of hands, and we promised some startups to pitch today, but it seems like Nyasha Gutsa and Robert Lugovsky and some others won't make it. So we'll make sure, my team will make sure that you guys would pitch next time among the first. So I promise you, just please show up and tell us that, and we will give you a chance to pitch. So this is the moment when we let the Sharks to wrap this up and say your final words of wisdom, whatever you have in your heart and mind, share with the audience, whatever things you think it's important to share with them. Elena, would you like to go first?
Yeah, well, everyone, thank you for the presentations. I know that it's not easy to pitch your company, something that you're working on in 2 minutes. You know, I always say that do not get discouraged. You know, like it's if you got like if you didn't get to anybody interested today, like it really does not mean that much. Because you know, we end up with, out of 100 companies that we talk to, perhaps we end up investing in one, and then many companies that we don't invest, that we decided against investing, they are, you know, doing, like, we regret it later down the road. So don't get discouraged and just keep up the great work.
Great words. Thank you, Elena, for being together with us. Kate, your first time here. What do you have on your mind?
I love the setup. I have to say I love the setup, and I love like seeing other jury's emotions during the pitch, and especially when there are some sound issues. That was hilarious. No, super nice, super cool. I hope that all the questions were taken not as a personal insult, but as some sort of guidance on what we would like to hear. And I think there were some great questions asked today, and there were great projects. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to the next opportunity to participate. Meanwhile, if you feel like you match our investment thesis, we're usually investing mostly in Europe and Central and Eastern Europe, or founders who came from there. I actually saw so many diaspora people in the chat based on the names. Like there were the amount of Slavic names was just incredible. So get in touch. We'll be happy to chat. And yeah, thanks for the great company, Spencer, David, Bill, and Elena.
Great to have you, and we'll be happy to have you again in future events as every other Shark in here. Thank you for great words. Your Reichert.
Yes. Yeah. Well, again, thanks again, Daniel, and I'm loving it that, you know, sort of every time I come back, the entrepreneurs, get a little bit better, get, you know, a little bit crisper in their pitching. Always love the enthusiasm that your entrepreneurs show, and so, you know, the side point that a little tip for these kinds of Zoom pitching, by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but please, if you are pitching on Zoom, do not use earbuds. as your connection. Earbuds are not a reliable way to connect with Zoom. So just every entrepreneur should that's a simple tip for every entrepreneur. I don't know what happened with Nikki. I wonder if she had a green screen behind her or something that messed up, your video or whatever. But the last tip is that if you really want to know how to optimize your pitch, go to Amazon.com. And this is the advertising portion of the program. Dana lets me promote my book. It's called Getting to Wow, Silicon Valley Pitch Secrets for Entrepreneurs. And it'll help you with all sorts of pitches, whether they're short pitches or partner pitches. Hopefully, I've got some advice for you there. So thank you again, Dan.
And I have one as well, so it's not advertising. I just love it. So
thank you, Daniel.
No, that's a really great book. So yeah, that's definitely something you guys should take. Thank you, Bill. Great to have you, and always exciting to have you. Actually, there is a small pre-announcement. We are in discussion right now with Bill on potentially doing some talk for you on elevator pitch. If Bill would find time for that, we definitely would do it. But it's not an announcement yet. It's just something we are considering. Right. So, David Mandel, what do you say?
Yeah, thank you, Danil, for having me again. A really interesting array of startups today, quite diverse. Learned a lot, actually, from the pitches of things that are going on that I didn't even know were happening today. So very interesting, quite enlightening, even if not suitable for our investment thesis. Very enlightening, and I did find a few that I want to follow up with. So very valuable use of our time. And great job, great panel here, and I'm really happy to see how everyone's really stepping up and trying to help and offer connections even when they can't make an investment. So it was a great event for everybody.
Thank you, Dave. Great words. Appreciate that, and happy to have you again in future. Spencer, would you mind to close the session?
Sure.
First session of the year.
Okay, maybe just kind of echo a little bit of what Elena was talking about here. The best part about this job is talking to people like everyone pitching here who are super smart, especially about their chosen fields. And the worst part is having to say no, which we have to do about 99% of the time. So I appreciate the courage, everyone here, for stepping up to the plate and taking a swing today, and looking forward to seeing more this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is how we end GGW Sharks 36. That was a fantastic day, and of course there is always more founders that willing to pitch, and so we definitely will give you a chance to pitch. We do these events every 2 weeks, so twice a month. I've shared here the next event, so please RSVP, and also the link to share your feedback. So this is how we make this event better and better for you. We want you to succeed. We try to give you as much opportunity as possible. We love entrepreneurs. We'll try to support you. And thank you, investors, for being with us, for giving your feedback, and for all your love sharing to each other. It's a fantastic event, and you make it happen. Please share this on social media, support us. This is how we try to make this event always free for entrepreneurs, supporting each other. Thank you, and see you in 2 weeks. Have a great the rest of the week. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.